feel good, I'll be okay. I can dream the rest away. It's just a little touch of fate, it'll be okay. It sure takes its precious time, but it's got rights and so have I.
Hey guys, Kieran here, and today I'm doing a mod review for the mod Magiz. So to start off, you've got to make a staff. This is done like a sword, but with redstone on top, and this is not charged. In order to charge this, you have to put it in the middle of your crafting table, put 7 key items around it and a diamond on top, like in the top left corner. The first staff we have is the Staff of Repulsion. This fires back the target mob in the direction from which you fire from. The next staff is the Staff of Length. This allows you to step over obstacles that are up to 2 blocks high. So you can see I'm stepping over that there with no problem at all. Obviously you can still get over 1 block and you can't get over 3. Next up we have the Staff of Pain. As you can see, this inflicts damage on the target mob. And this works further than the swords, and it's more accurate than an arrow, bow and arrow, so it's pretty useful in my opinion. Next up we have the Staff of the Creeper. This causes a block you are targeting to explode. This can cause a lot of destruction to the world, so be careful when you're using it. Now we move on to the Staff of Arrows. This causes arrows to rain from the sky in the direction which you cast a spell. So you'll see here this pig stands absolutely no chance, and this is pretty useful for hitting mobs that are in a straight line trailing you from long range. Now we move on to the Staff of Thunder. This quite simply makes a lightning strike happen on the block that you hit. Up next is the Staff of Teleportation. This teleports you to the block which you target at the cost of 2 hearts. This is pretty useful for travelling across long maps, but it's quite glitchy. As you can see, I struggle to get on top of many taller items. Now we have the Staff of Draining. I find this one really useful as it drains the target mob of 1 heart of health, and you gain back 1 heart of health in return. So as you can see here, it didn't work when you're on full health, obviously, and there you see it in action. Now we have the Staff of Lightness. This is another really useful one, as if you've ever encountered falling in Minecraft, it can cost you a lot of damage, make you lose your items, but here it didn't work that time. Actually, I learnt you have to activate it while in the air rather than before you launch, unlike many other spells. So here we go. Activate it, you fall to the floor, and you take no fall damage at all. Now we have the Staff of Summoning. This pulls a block or a mob towards you, and if you do summon an ore, it will stay as the ore and not as the ingots. Now the Staff of Time, which simply turns morning into night, and vice versa, night into morning. After this we have a really fun one called the Staff of Meth, and this quite frankly puts the zombies on meth, makes them go super speed. Now we have the Staff of Gravity. This causes blocks to act like sand or gravel and fall slowly. Now we have the Staff of Riding, which I think out of the whole mod is my favourite, quite simply because of what the testificate does, which I'll show you right now. And you hop on his shoulders, and you can form your own opinion of what this looks like, but in my mind, my little beast has got a little beast. After that, however, we have something rather similar to you, which is the Staff of Weather. This simply turns the weather effects on and off. Then we have the Staff of Regeneration. This sets your spawn point, and if you do happen to die, you will return to that point, as I'll show you right now. I'd like to point out my score was 69, and I was back at that point. Now we have the Staff of Light, which simply brightens up the night sky. After that, I'll show you the Staff of Poison. This poisons mobs that you hit, and it reduces them to 1 heart of health, much like it would to a human. I've got the Staff of Speed, which acts like the Staff of Meth, except for instead of acting upon a mob, it acts upon you, and you become super speedy, so you can get across the map very fast. Now we have the Staff of Froggy, which allows you to jump very high without taking any fall damage, which is pretty useful if you've got to get up a tall tree or something. Taking that, we have the Staff of Lactose, which quite simply removes all buffs from your character. Now we have the Staff of Diamond Detection, which is really useful if you're going cave exploring and looking for diamonds. And if you can't find any, you simply need to click on this. It will tell you when there's diamonds beneath you within a 5x5 square with you as a centre. And you can see I quite simply found the diamonds, and there's no diamonds there because I'm outside the 5x5 square, and there are there because I'm inside it. The Staff of Oxygen is useful if, say, you're infiltrating an enemy base which happens to be underwater, because it allows you to breathe underwater for a limited time. Now you have the Staff of Spores, and this is the third and final drug-related staff, and this causes you to have superhuman strength. Unfortunately though, it also gives the effect of being in a nether portal just without the purple HUD. I strongly recommend against using this if you have suffering from seasickness, because, well, Steve is tripping balls right now, and it's making me pretty dizzy. Now you have the Staff of Heat, which is, if you don't have a pick, this is pretty good, and it simply causes objects to turn into a different state. It doesn't work on diamonds, it works on iron, turns stone into them. It also turns obsidian into lava, which I had a hell of a job clearing up. Next up we have the most useful staff in the mod in my opinion, which is the Staff of Tree Felling. If you hit a tree with it, it causes all the logs to come to you, which saves a lot of hassle walking over and chopping down all the trees. Next up we have the Staff of Satiety. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but this makes you lose 1 heart of health and restores 1 bar of hunger. Next we have the Staff of Fire Protection. If you fall into fire or lava, it allows you to be protected and doesn't make you die. Now the Staff of Gambling, which is pretty fun. It changes a block, the blocks that I have shown here are the only ones applicable to this, into another random block. This to me seems very high risk, low reward, as I never seem to get anything better back from what I gambled. Next up we have the Staff of Modification, which changes the metadata of the block, which changes the colour of the wool or the type of the wood. Now the Staff of Life, which is pretty fun. It changes a mob into another mob. So I did end up getting as you'll see here, I got a mushroom after this chicken, which is pretty rare. So if you want to start a mushroom farm, that's useful. Now the Staff of Growth, which acts in the same way as bone meal. As you can see here, it makes it all grow back, and it will also, if you've got lots of dirt blocks, which are pretty damn ugly in my opinion, it will cause the dirt to grow into grass, as you can see there. Now my favourite one in the whole thing, which I've said before, but it's the Staff of Detonation. It turns the TNT into magic TNT, and all you have to do is click on the redstone torch. It's pretty good for traps, and it will blow them all up. The final thing we have here is the Staff of Creativity, which it gives you a huge menu of stuff to do. If you want to just pause it on there, and you can see them all, they're all pretty self-explanatory. I did use the kill all here simply because I could, which is useful if you're surrounded by a whole load of mobs. Okay, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like or a favourite, comment, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and subscribe to Too Much Minecraft if you want to see more content like this. I've been Kieran 1. See ya!